Okay, so for question 5, let's start by reading it out. You have a 80% vinegar solution and a 30% solution. You want 20 liters of a 65% solution. How many liters of each solution would you need? Okay, so we know the percent of each solution. We just need to know the amount of liters. In this case, I don't know how many liters of each solution I would need. So let's just label my variables here. In this case, I would probably say I'll let x equal the unknown here and y equal the unknown here for liters. So x would be the amount of liters I need for the 80% solution, and y would be the amount of I would need for the amount of liters I would need for the 30% solution. So again, to reiterate, x is the amount of liters I would need for the 80% vinegar solution, and y would be the amount of liters I need for the 30% solution. And I know that I have 20 liters in total, so for my 65% solution, I would have 20 liters. Now in this case, in terms of vinegar, because it's 80% vinegar solution, I would just take 80%, put it into decimal form, and multiply it by the number of liters I need for pretty much my 80% solution. So I would write 0.8x. And then for y, I would write 0.3y because that's just, I need 30% of my y. And now to find out how much I would need here for this last box, I would take 0.65 because it's 65%. And I would multiply it by my liters because I actually know my liters this time around, right? Like I didn't know my liters for 0.8x because I don't know what x is, and I didn't know my liters for 0.3y because I don't know what my y is, but I do have the value for my liters for 65%. It's 20. So I would go 0.65 multiplied by 20. So that means I should have 13. Okay, so these are going to be my two solutions pretty much, or no, not two solutions, two system of equations. So I would have x plus y equals to 20, and then 0.8 x plus 0.3 y equals to 13. So I would label these as equation 1, and then I'll label the other one as equation 2. So from here, let's manipulate and solve. I think before I start manipulating, I'm going to simplify equation 2 down by getting rid of the decimals, just so that it's easier to work with. So what I would probably do is I would multiply every term by 10 to get rid of the decimals. So I would go, let's do 0.8 x plus 0.3y equals to 13. And then I would multiply each term by 10, so times 10, times 10, and times 10. And if I do that, I should get 8x plus 3y equals to 13 times 10 is 130, so equals to 130. And this would be my equation 2 that I manipulated for. Let's also manipulate equation 1 as well and have it in terms of have it as pretty much x equals 2 or y equals 2. In this case, I'm going to choose to have it as y equals 2. So I would start with x plus y equals to 20. And I'm going to subtract 8 from both sides, which would leave me with y equals to negative 8 plus 20. And that would be equation 1 now. So now let's add equation 1 into equation 2. So if I do that, first off I have 8x plus 3y equals to 130. So let's plug in my value of y. So 8x plus 3, then my value of y is negative x plus 20. and that equals to 130. So let's start by removing my brackets. So I'll multiply 3 into everything that I have inside my bracket. So 3 times negative x should be negative 3x. 3 times 20 should be positive 60, and that equals to 130. Okay, now I want to add up my like terms. In this case, I can add up 8x and negative 3x. So either I do 8x plus negative 3x, or I say 8x minus 3x. Either way, I get 5x as my answer, and then I have plus 60 equals to 130. Now from here, I want to have x by itself, so I'm going to subtract 60 from both sides. And once I do that, the 60 minus 60 should cancel on the left, so I should be only left with 5x equals to 130 minus 60. And in this case, 130 subtracted by 60, or 130 subtract 60 would just be 70. Now from here, if I want to isolate for x, I have to divide every term by 5. So let's do that. Now in this case, x equals to 70 divided by 5, which would be 14. So x equals 14 is one of my solutions, meaning x equals to 14 liters, right? Because these are in terms of liters. Now let's find y by plugging x into one of our equations. So I would plug it into equation 1 that I manipulated for. So equation 1 would be y equals to negative x plus 20. So let's plug in our value of x. Y equals to negative 14 plus 20. So that means negative 14 plus 20 would just be positive 6. So that is my second answer, which is y equals to 6. So if I go back up now, yes, the number of liters in my 80% vinegar solution would be 14 liters. And the number of liters in my y solution, or my 30% solution, would be 6 liters. So I just connect them like this. So this is where the 80% is. It's for the x, and the 30% is for the y.